The Chaos Architect. Nicole Polizzi, known to the entire world as Snooki, is a TV personality, author, and businesswoman from New Jersey. She is married to Gianni Laval and has 3 kids. She is also, without any serious debate, the reason Jersey Shore became a cultural phenomenon instead of just another MTV experiment. She is 4'9". She was once punched in the face on national television by a gym teacher. She kept going. She is built different. Snooki is the type of person who walks into a room and the room reorganizes itself around her without anyone deciding that should happen. She coined phrases. She created fashion moments. She got arrested on the beach in Seaside Heights and somehow came out of it more beloved than before. Her first season behavior was so chaotic that the Italian government formally objected to the cast filming in Florence, and Snooki was a significant part of that objection. She took it as a compliment, correctly. What makes this archetype enduring is that underneath all of it, the pickles, the poof, the falling down, there is a person who is genuinely funny, genuinely warm, and genuinely aware of exactly what she is doing. Snooki was never a victim of the edit, she was the edit, and the fact that she has transitioned into a relatively normal family life while still being completely, unmistakably herself is the most Snooki possible outcome. The Walking Redemption Arc. Mike Sorrentino is a TV personality, author of a memoir called Here's the Situation, and a man who gave himself the nickname The Situation in reference to his abdominal muscles, which he introduced to the viewing public so frequently and so ceremonially that it stopped being funny and then became funny again. He is married to Lauren Pesci. He also went to federal prison for tax evasion, served 8 months, came home, and returned to family vacation with the energy of someone who had done a very intense wellness retreat. The Walking Redemption Arc operates under a consistent and unshakable belief that the cameras exist primarily to document his experience. Every conflict, every house dynamic, every group trip, the situation found a way to make it about the situation. He stirred drama between housemates and then positioned himself as the commentator on that drama. He created chaos and then acted as the analyst. It was genuinely impressive as a long-term strategy, even when it made everyone in the house want to throw him into the ocean. His redemption arc on Family Vacation is one of the more earnest things the franchise has produced. He got sober. He got married. He went to prison and talked about it openly. The man who once introduced his abs to a room full of strangers somehow became one of the more grounded people in the cast. Nobody saw that coming. Not even the situation. The last person you want to cross. Jenny J. Wow Farley is a TV personality and businesswoman who joined Jersey Shore in Season 1 and immediately established herself as the person you did not want to cross under any circumstances. She is currently in a relationship with Zach Clayton Carpinello. She has 2 children from her previous marriage to Roger Matthews, which ended after a very public and painful separation that played out partly on Family Vacation. JWoww has a specific energy that reads as completely unbothered until the exact moment she decides to be very bothered. And when that moment arrives, it arrives fully formed and without warning. She is loyal to the people she loves in a way that occasionally leads her to make decisions that are not strictly in her own best interest. She defended Snooki in situations where most people would have stepped back. She said things to people on behalf of her friends that those friends maybe should have said themselves. She seems to exist on a plane slightly above the daily noise of the house, observing it with mild contempt, and then occasionally descending to handle something that has gotten out of hand. She is the person who looks like the most intimidating option in the room and is usually correct about that assessment. She has never needed to prove it twice. The Glitter Bomb. Angelina Pivarnik is a TV personality and former EMT who joined Jersey Shore in Season 1, left twice, came back for Family Vacation, and has since become one of the most consistently dramatic presences in the entire franchise. She has been married and is currently divorced from Chris Larangera, a separation that was foreshadowed by the most talked-about wedding speech in reality television history delivered by her castmates at her actual wedding while she sat there listening to it. Angelina's specific gift is the ability to be at the center of an enormous amount of conflict while maintaining, with complete conviction, that she is simply a woman reacting to things being done to her. She has feuded with essentially every woman in the cast at some point. She has said things that required formal apologies. She has created situations and then expressed genuine bewilderment at the situation she created. It is a talent, a deeply specific and somewhat exhausting talent. What keeps her compelling is that underneath all of it, she clearly and desperately wants to belong to this group. The push and pull between her need to be accepted and her consistent behavior that threatens that acceptance is the most human storytelling this franchise has accidentally produced. She is aggravating. She is also, at times, oddly sympathetic. That combination is what keeps her on the show and keeps the audience watching. The only stable thing in the house. Pauly D. Del Vecchio is a professional DJ, TV personality, and the most effortlessly likable person the Jersey Shore franchise has ever put in front of a camera. He is from Providence, Rhode Island. He has a daughter, Amabella, with Amanda Markert. He has been in a long-term relationship with Nikki Hall, who he met on his own spin-off, Double Shot at Love. Pauly D has never, across any season of this franchise, been the primary source of a conflict. He has been adjacent to conflicts. He has watched conflicts happen with the expression of a man who finds them mildly entertaining from a safe distance. He has laughed about them in the confessional and then gone back to DJing. He is the stable one, the reliable one, the person who diffuses tension with a joke before it can turn into a thing. He is the person everyone is always happy to see. His friendship with Vinny Guadagnino is one of the most genuinely warm things this franchise has produced. Two people who actually like each other, operating in a format designed to manufacture tension and just refusing to perform that tension because they do not need to. In a cast full of complicated dynamics, Pauly and Vinny just like hanging out. In context, that is almost revolutionary. The sensitive one who saw everything. Vinny Guadagnino is a TV personality and actor who joined Jersey Shore as the youngest cast member in Season 1 and spent a significant portion of the original run being homesick in a way the other castmates found genuinely baffling. He is from Staten Island. He has a very close relationship with his mother and family, which became a recurring and occasionally emotional storyline. He did the keto diet publicly and with an intensity that Family Vacation documented at length. The sensitive one tends to be read as the soft option in an otherwise hard cast. Vinny was never the loudest or the most aggressive, which in the original house meant he was sometimes overlooked in the broader chaos. What the audience eventually caught on to was that he is also genuinely funny, genuinely sharp, and more self-aware than almost anyone else in the house. He went through a real and documented struggle with anxiety during the original run that he has spoken about openly since. He left the house mid-season because of it. In 2010, on a show about fist-pumping and tanning, that was a quietly significant moment. He came back and finished the run. On Family Vacation, he has been one of the more consistently watchable cast members, because he grew up, and the cameras were there to catch it. The one who finally left. Sammy, Sweetheart Giancola, is a businesswoman and TV personality who was a main cast member on Jersey Shore from Season 1 through Season 6, was notably absent from the first several seasons of Family Vacation, and returned in Season 7 as a newly engaged woman who seemed to have done significant personal work in the years between. She is now married to Christian Biscardi. Sammy's original run was defined almost entirely by her relationship with Ronnie Ortiz Magro, which was one of the most turbulent, circular, and genuinely difficult-to-watch dynamics the franchise has ever aired. They broke up and got back together so many times across so many seasons that the other housemates developed visibly exhausted expressions anytime the cycle started again. There was a note. There were tears. There were conversations that happened in the same kitchen under the same roof, over and over, and never resolved differently. Her decision to sit out Family Vacation entirely was, in retrospect, the clearest possible signal that she had made an evaluation and reached a conclusion. She came back when she was ready, on her own terms, with a ring on her finger and the energy of someone who had genuinely moved on. That is the full arc. And watching it land after everything the audience witnessed in the original series was more satisfying than most television is allowed to be. The cautionary tale. Ronnie Ortiz Magro is a TV personality from the Bronx who was part of the original Jersey Shore cast and became known for two things: his physique and his relationship with Sammy Giancola, defining and most exhausting storyline of the original series. He has a daughter, Ariana, from his relationship with Jen Harley. His personal life post-Jersey Shore has involved multiple documented incidents and legal issues that have made his continued presence in the franchise a source of ongoing audience debate. The cautionary tale keeps getting screen time and storylines in ways that start to feel like a production choice the viewership did not vote for. Ronnie has moments of genuine vulnerability and real emotional honesty in confessionals. He is not without depth. But the pattern of behavior that has followed him off-screen has made it increasingly difficult for a significant portion of the audience to stay on his side, regardless of what the edit is doing. He has stepped back from Family Vacation in recent seasons, which the audience has largely accepted as the appropriate development. His presence in the franchise's history is undeniable. His legacy is genuinely complicated. Both of those things can be true at the same time, and the show has never quite figured out how to hold them both at once. The late arrival who fit perfectly. Dina Cortez is a TV personality from New Jersey who joined Jersey Shore in Season 3 as a replacement for Angelina Pivarnik, which is a sentence that tells you everything you need to know about the trajectory of both of their careers. She is married to Christopher Buckner and has 2 sons. She is one of the most genuinely warm people the franchise has ever featured, and she is also, when the moment calls for it, completely unhinged in the most delightful possible way. Dina arrived as an immediate energy match for Snooki. Loud, fun, physically fearless in the way that only people who have fully committed to a good time can be. Her early seasons were a blur of good intentions and questionable decisions and genuine joy, which is honestly the correct way to be 23 on a reality show. She did not ease in. She showed up, she matched the frequency, and she stayed. On Family Vacation, she has settled into the role of the heart of the group. Not in a boring way, but in the way that someone who has genuinely built a life they love carries themselves differently. She talks about her kids with real warmth. She still gets into it when the situation calls for it. She is the proof that you can grow up and still be exactly yourself, just with better judgment and a deeper appreciation for a quiet night in. Out of everyone in this cast, Dina's glow-up has been the quietest and the most
complete.